Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zeng here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Rank, where I climb the online VGC 20 ladder and provide live commentary as I go. We're just jumping right into today's episode. This was bound to happen. I'm surprised it actually took this long for it to happen, but I think this is going to be not fun because it pretty much comes down to whoever wins the Coalossal speed ties, I think. I'm just trying to think if there's any other way to optimize this matchup. Oh boy. What do we even do? Okay, honestly, like, Urshifu could be really important here because an Aqua Jet, I mean, we could even max Urshifu just to KO the opposing Coalossal. Obviously, you guys can see what's happening here. It's a Coalossal mirror match. What in the world? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? What do we lead? The lead is the most important part of this. I'm thinking Urshifu Coalossal. I think we want Rillaboom in case they... Rillaboom's good for a bunch of reasons, right? Because it's similar to the Coalossal mirror match that we played in against yesterday. Although that one wasn't like a, exact mirror match. This is just a pure mirror match. And I think maybe Togekiss for redirection. So, like, the only problem here is that I would do so much to my own Coalossal. But, like, is Dragapult really worth it? I don't think so. And if they Surf, they'd have to activate our Steam Engine as well. If they have Dragapult, so. Alright, pure mirror match here. Let's see how it goes. Of course, we are using Santi's team. One last episode with it today. You can find him linked in the description below. Once again, huge thanks to Santi for providing this team and for making it public. Very excited to play with it. Definitely have not been playing with it perfectly by any means. Someone pointed out a great comment in yesterday's episode saying how you could Flare Blitz your own Coalossal to activate Steam Engine, which is actually a really, really smart point. Maybe something we could have considered in this matchup specifically, actually. So, okay. Great lead by their end. Like, phenomenal lead. How do we even get out of this? Go into our Togekiss for sure. I mean, you just Dazzle and, like, Surging Strikes into... Oh, actually, do you Dazzle? Because I can Aqua Jet. I think we double switch here. Yeah, I think we have to. Really nice lead. I wish I led Togekiss now. Togekiss Urshifu actually I think is the best lead in this mirror match, so props to my opponent for that lead. Really well done. My internet's been kind of unstable today, so I disconnected like towards the end of the last match I was trying to record. So I apologize to the opponent that I ended up disconnecting on. It was not intentional, so I hope it stays steady for this. But another point I wanted to point out yesterday was people being like, hey, you realize like Coalossal gets the +6 speed, right? And I do want to point that I do know that. The reason why I was only calculating +2 speed in yesterday's episode was because I was comparing it to like Porygon and NDD speed pre-Tailwind. Because it's effectively the same calculation as +6 versus post-Tailwind. So just wanted to clarify that real quick. Yep, it's just Surging Strikes. Should be a Dazzle, I think. It could be a Yawn as well, which actually would be a really nice play. Okay, but Rillaboom takes this pretty well. Yeah, I think Togekiss Urshifu is actually by far the best lead you could come up with in this matchup. So, well done on my opponent's end. It is a Yawn, actually. Okay. I like the Yawn. I really like the Yawn. I think I definitely Dazzle here. I mean, the switch out here is just so obvious. I've got the Lum on Togekiss. He knows I've got the Lum, obviously, as well. I think Dazzle and switch out into Urshifu, maybe. The alternative is just attacking here. Double Protect is a safe play on their end. I don't think I want to fall asleep quite yet. And now our Togekisses are kind of in a standstill right now, right? Yeah, the lead is so important in a mirror because, like, turn 1 just gives you so much momentum. Especially if you bring the same Pokemon too, right? What? It's a Dynamax? Okay, I did not see that coming. I honestly, like, don't mind that too much. Because this thing probably still takes, like, 50% from a Dazzling Gleam, right? Actually, I think... Yeah, just follow me. Huh, okay. That's a really good turn for us, then. I'm just shocked the Dynamax came out. Rapid flow into Togekiss. Okay, it's not a KO though, so that's good. Okay, it's also not a KO onto Urshifu, but do I Dynamax my own Urshifu now? Because what I could do is max Urshifu and then target the opposing. But it's not a KO onto Togekiss. I could switch Togekiss out into Rillaboom. The Togekiss is going to survive with a little bit of HP if I target it here. Also, I think Togekiss dazzles here and ends up being single target. So I think I actually go Togekiss out into Rillaboom and protect Urshifu here. Or detect, I should say. Because then it forces your Togekiss to go for Follow Me in the last turn, and I think then we max our own Urshifu. So who would have thought? Who would have thought? Unless Rillaboom feints to Surging Strikes, or the G-Max and the Dazzle double up here. Oh, they actually Knuckle. Nice play, nice play. Knuckle Dazzle makes a lot of sense. Yeah, that makes sense. So I could have stayed in and Dazzling Gleamed myself, but I think this is okay. Yeah, because the only thing I worried about is like comes down to speed ties between the Urshifu and the opposing Urshifu. We obviously know they speed tie. I think Togekiss has to go for a Follow Me here. And Glide still does a lot of damage. Does a lot of damage. Like, Rillaboom is the win condition, actually, at this point, I think. So I'm actually thinking we just Glide into the Urshifu to dish out as much damage as possible onto that and just Surging Strikes into Togekiss. Because it looks like we'll survive a Dazzling Gleam based off how much... Yeah, and Togekiss Follow Me's. I mean, that you have to go for that. I think if we win the speed tie, we're in an amazing spot. If not, not so amazing. Okay, it looks like we do win the speed tie, which is very fortunate. But, I mean, I hate that it comes down to that, but it's a mirror match, right? So, like, what really can you even do? And I got outled in this game, too, so pretty much... I could have Aqua Jetted to try to put Togekiss in a KO range from another Glide. And actually, like, Urshifu might target Rillaboom here. I think that would make a lot of sense. But I don't know if another Max Knuckle KOs. It is another Max Knuckle. It is a knockout onto Rillaboom. Oh, man. So actually the speed tie didn't end up mattering because they targeted Rillaboom, which was very smart. So what I could have done was switched out into Togekiss. Now I can bring out my own Togekiss right now. I wonder if close combat just knocks out Urshifu from that range. I actually think it does. I'm at least glad the speed tie didn't matter last turn. Like, that makes me feel a little bit better. So far, like, RNG hasn't really been a factor in this game at all, which is nice, because in a mirror match, it feels like that often, you know, is what it boils down to. Okay. So if I bring out Togekiss, I can redirect any attack away from the Urshifu and just close combat into the opposing Urshifu. The only question is if that's enough for a knockout. If so, then we're probably good. Yeah, Dragapult being in the back does not scare me at all. We know that thing is... I mean, it could decrease our attack, actually. Can decrease our attack. But... we'll have our Sash back. Actually, no. Because you'll do a little bit of damage. I mean, Follow Me is the safest play here. Huh. You go Breaking Swipe and Surging Strikes into Togekiss here, right? I think so. Close combat's not picking up a knockout after the Breaking Swipe, I don't think. Maybe the decision was to max the Urshifu here then. No, I don't think so. Oh, they actually Aqua Jet, okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yep. It's actually a fair amount of damage as well. Alright, let's see how much close combat does here. Answer is not enough. Now it might come down to a speed tie. Because I think another close combat knocks out the Urshifu. I think Urshifu... Well, actually, it doesn't even come down to a speed tie, because do you read into my... So I bring out Coalossal here, right? So it's like my opponent could read into the max guard close combat into the Urshifu. +2 Aqua Jet actually doesn't KO our Coalossal, does it? What's the last one going to be? Incineroar or Rillaboom? Both of those are pretty useless. I think you either Aqua Jet Coalossal or you try to double up onto the Urshifu here. I just don't want to risk it on a speed tag because my opponent might Aqua Jet and Breaking Swipe into the Urshifu. So I think I'm actually just going to max into Urshifu here immediately. But also close combat it. So it's like if you Aqua Jet into Coalossal, you shouldn't KO us. Because Aqua Jet normally does, what, 40%? So it would be doing double damage, which would be around 80%. Which is a lot, but we'd survive. And if you go for just the Surging Strikes or close combat, then if we win a speed tie, we also win. So, once again, this is the reason why mirror matches can be really scary, because it often does kind of boil down to a speed tie at some point. Especially exact mirror matches where it's like you know each other's sets and have the same spreads. So let's see. There's Aqua Jet. Yep, into Urshifu. Okay. And my Urshifu survives too. Nice. Okay, that's game, I think. Wow, what a game. That was really intense. Let's see. Well, we should KO now. It actually doesn't KO, wow. But, I mean, that's fine, because now I can just self-Aqua Jet myself. Yeah, that was what I was expecting. I was thinking, honestly, the double up would pick up the knockout onto Urshifu. But I was like, with Vocalith and chip damage, I think the Urshifu faints after this turn anyway. Coalossal does no damage. I mean, actually, Coalossal is Surf. But if they Surf, they activate our Weakness Policy Steam Engine, right? Now we can just self-Aqua Jet into ourselves. I think Rillaboom's going to be in the back as the last one. So I think what I'll probably want to do this next turn is just protect Max Guard and then Aqua Jet attacking the last turn. Like Aqua Jet Max Flare. Yeah. The Urshifu Max was really interesting. I was not expecting that whatsoever. But... Alright, it's actually Coalossal is the last one for my opponent. Okay. Coalossal is the last one, but you don't have anything that actually damages me, right? So I can actually just go Aqua Jet immediately right now. Yeah, let's just Aqua Jet Vocalith. Wait, hold on. And Dragapult doesn't do any damage, but I have to respect them activating their own Steam Engine, right? I know Dragapult can't protect. Yeah. I think here you probably Heat Wave. But I want to KO the opposing Dragapult. Yeah, I think you Heat Wave here, right? Wait a second. Does this come down to... I mean, if I just targeted Coalossal there, I would have won, right? But what was I afraid of? It was actually a throw to not target Coalossal there, I think. The reason being is, yeah, I activate Weakness Policy, but then I can just go for Vocalith the subsequent turn. Okay. Wait. I think we're good, right? Because I can Vocalith here. I'm just wondering if there's a reason to Overgrowth. It just comes down to us launching Meteor Beam into each other, right? But I should have the advantage. Because I'm faster. Oh, they don't even protect here. Okay, we're good. Why didn't they protect this turn? That one confuses me a little bit. I think Protect there is definitely a little bit more consistent, but wow, that was a really interesting mirror match. And it ended up coming down, like, no RNG ended up coming out in this battle as well, which I think is really, like, I'm happy to see that, just because mirror matches with RNG can be really scary. I don't think I assessed the endgame scenario well enough there, though. I think the game-winning play is just Aqua Jet Vocalith instantly opposing Coalossal, because it's like, you're not going to be able to activate the weakness policy anyway. I mean, I think we were good there anyway, but like, we lose off a Meteor Beam miss. So if I just target Coalossal there, like, it's a guaranteed knockout into this opposing slot. Even if you protect Light Screen, I'm pretty sure Rox is just KOing the next turn anyway. Or sorry, G-Max Vocalith is just KOing the next turn anyway. So I like how I played all the way up until the end, and I think that one play was pretty bad. But that was a really fun match, honestly, so interesting to see that mirror match. Weavile Terrakion. Okay, double beat up here potentially into Terrakion for Mimikyu or Terrakion, but obviously Mimikyu's slower than Terrakion, so you won't get the boost immediately. And then there's a Trick Room component with the Mimikyu. Huh. What's stopping me from going Coalossal Pult in this game? This finally feels like a decent game for Coalossal Pult. Because Coalossal outspeeds the Venusaur even under Sun if I get to +6. You can't fake out either of these two Pokemon, nor do you actually have much damage into Coalossal at all. So, Coalossal, Dragapult, Incineroar I think is valuable. Togekiss is interesting just for Follow Me. Oh, actually I think Urshifu is the call. Do I bring Rillaboom though? Because honestly, like, the Pokemon that's most likely to max is normally Terrakion on that team, but do you really max Terrakion when I've got Rillaboom on this team? I'm going to bring Incineroar because it's a better answer against Venusaur, especially with Snarl and Assault Vest. I don't remember if I asked the question of the day earlier, but question of the day for today, I'm just curious how you guys are currently finding Series 5 and VGC in general. It's been a month since we've been into Series 5, so are you still enjoying it? Are you watching it? Are you playing it? Let me know in the comments below. Okay, it's Venusaur Torkoal. Oh, I guess the one thing I didn't consider is that you outspeed turn 1 with this lead specifically into Coalossal Pult. So I could have just gone like Urshifu instead, which maybe would have been better. However, I actually don't think it's that bad, because what I want to do turn 1 is just honestly Light Screen and switch out into Incineroar. Because I think like Venusaur does one of two things here. It either just launches a Sleep Powder, or it just tries to max Quake into Coalossal. If you max Quake into us or Earth Power, that's fine. I get Light Screen up now, which is pretty good. I've still got Urshifu for the late game, and once again, it's all about stalling out the opposing Dynamax. Okay. Yeah, and Venusaur maxes. Yeah, so I'm expecting a max Quake here, which honestly, I mean, it would be super effective damage into the Incineroar, but I think that's fine. Because what we can also do is as soon as we chip away at the Venusaur, then I can just Aqua Jet Flare into that slot for a knockout. Like, Coalossal is the end game here, right? So we kind of used it early as bait in this game. Yep, there's Max Quake. Okay. This should do, what, 50-ish? 50, 60? Yeah. So I think after Light Screen, we should survive an attack from the Torkoal as well. Love to confirm the item right now on Venusaur. Yep, it's Life Orb. Okay, yeah, I was thinking 50-ish in terms of damage output, so good to confirm that. Getting screens up now is very nice. And it's just going to be Eruption. Okay, that's fine. That is fine. Okay, we take those. Here you Max Quake into Incineroar again, I would think. But I don't want to switch in anything. So I think we just fake out into the Torkoal. The only thing is just how do I actually enable Coalossal here? Because I wanted like a double knockout. I think we play towards just the late game like Coalossal complete sweep. So like here I want to Surf and fake out into Torkoal. Fake out Surf, and then I bring out Coalossal. Just trying to figure out how to position Coalossal so that I actually get the Steam Engine stuff activated. Yep, there's another Max Quake. I guess I also have to consider the fact that Venusaur's at +2 special defense, but I don't think that's actually too much of a problem. Honestly, what I want to actually do is switch in Urshifu and then Dragapult out into Coalossal and self-Aqua Jet. That's what I'm leaning towards. If I go out into Coalossal outright here, I think you just Max Quake a third time into that slot. We have Light Screen up right now. Just kind of predictable that I'm switching out here. But if this goes correctly, it's pretty much just GG, I think. Even though we'd be down so much, it's like screens are up, we have Coalossal set up. Aqua Jet's also not doing that much since Sun is up. Torkoal switches out. Okay, that's even better. Oh, it is Rillaboom coming out, though. But that makes me think you're G-maxing. Oh, I wonder if they G-max in a Dragapult. That would be a sick play. If Urshifu survives, or sorry, if Coalossal comes out of this turn, though, not getting targeted, we're in an amazing spot. Because then it's just a Coalossal sweep now. So let's see if my opponent went for, like, the G-max attack into Dragapult. Because I could see that. Spine Lash. Nice. Okay, huge. I mean, the problem now is that, like, my opponent has Vine Lash and Rillaboom out, right? It's a lot of damage. It is a lot of damage. I'm activated now, but might have needed Togekiss here instead. Because the problem is that Glide is going to do so much into us with terrain being up. If you're my opponent, I think you Glide and Quake into the Coalossal. Or Earth Power, I should say. So maybe I just Heat Wave here, survive the Glide, and then... It's just so much damage. But like 2 Glides is just even more painful, right? I honestly think I Heat Wave here. I'm Breaking Swipe. Heat Wave should be a double knockout. Oh no! Rillaboom didn't even Glide there. What is it going for? Woodhammer? Well, I think we made the right play. Best would be like a knockoff, but I don't know why you'd ever target Dragapult here. That's heartbreaking. Yeah, I mean, there were 2 ground type attacks, so Heat Wave actually would have been, like, I think gliding there is honestly better from that perspective. The reason I didn't want to max there was because, yeah, you're just going to knock out with either of your ground type attacks. So, 81% of the time, we come out of this most likely with the win, because if I pick up a double knockout there, and I don't take glide damage, I don't see how you actually beat the Coalossal. So, that sucks. It is what it is. I did kind of fall into the trap of my opponent just leading, like, Torkoal, Venusaur, though, and, like, Urshifu. Especially with Terrakion in the back, because, like, we would have just outsped with both. Yeah. I guess if it would have come down to what Torkoal's last attack was. So maybe my opponent could have still won even without that. It would come down to a read of who to target on what the right turn is. Because there's a decent chance maybe both Terrakion... actually, I don't think Terrakion Rocks would have KO'd us from the range that we were at. So I would probably just target Torkoal, just go for... yeah, especially because we had Breaking Swipe as well. I'd probably just go for the G-Max Vocalith and then Breaking Swipe. So, unfortunate. Alright, getting into the next game of today's episode, and that's a crazy cool team. Everything about it is crazy. I mean, the Boltund and the Licky definitely stand out, but there's also a Krookodile and a Serena, so honestly, I'm just really eager to see everything that the team has to offer. Okay. So Coalossal has 2 major threats or barriers it has to come across, which are Primarina and Krookodile. Those are tough. Boltund is actually very interesting here. Serena also means I have to be a lot more wary of Glide Rillaboom. Be a lot more wary of that. One approach I could go with is just Urshifu plus Coalossal. There's no redirection on my opponent's team. Urshifu Coalossal seems really solid, actually. Because there's no redirection, and, like, the only problem is that I want to whittle away at the Primarina and the Krookodile before activating the Coalossal. Like, one approach I'm thinking is just go Urshifu, Coalossal, Rillaboom, and Togekiss. Let's try that out. That is a really interesting team. I don't even know. Like, Boltund is really interesting. So, like, I actually... one of my Twitch subs, like, built a team with Boltund before, and the idea was that you use, like, Electrify to turn your opponent into an electric type, and then you sweep with Excadrill and, like, Max Quake with it. That was, like, a potential combination that we could see right now. Talonflame Krookodile. Okay. So, unless it's Scarf Krookodile, this isn't bad. In fact... it's not Intimidate. I honestly, one play I'm thinking of is just Surging Strikes into the Krookodile. I'm just worried about it being Focus Sashed. Actually, Surging Strikes into Talonflame might be better. Because I think you Tailwind here. So Surging Strikes and switching to Togekiss is actually, I think, not bad. It's weird because I'm getting rid of Talonflame right now, but the reasoning behind that... I think in retrospect, actually targeting Krookodile is better here. But I was going to say the logic behind this is so that the biggest threat to Rillaboom is out of the way. Because once Talonflame is gone, I can just, you know, freely click Grassy Glide, which I think is going to be very important, not only against Krookodile, but presumably there will be a Primarina in the back as well. So, as you can do with this team sometimes, lead Coalossal, but use it as bait. And once again, it's like, because this team is so Coalossal-centric... Oh, it's a Dynamax coming out. Okay. If it's Max Quake going into... Coalossal, that is such a good way to start off the game. What? Okay, that's a first. That is a first. Oh no, is it just Max Airstream and Earthquake? That was so big brain. I mean, it would have just lost to Aqua Jet, but I'm guessing it's Sash Krookodile? Oh, you went for high horsepower. Okay. We're good. I had a near heart attack there. Oh my goodness. Alright, that's just a KO Talonflame. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why Dynamax Talonflame is not exactly the strongest option. Oh, I like want to get like a heart monitor and just tie it and like have that as a thing you can see on the screen, because that was crazy. Like my heart literally jumped out for a brief second there. Oh my gosh. All right, it's Boltund as well. Huh. So Crook's at +1 speed. I mean, Rillaboom should just sweep this honestly at this point. I think I'm just going to Aqua Jet into Boltund and Protect so that I bring in Rillaboom and then I just Grassy Glide that. Yeah. I think if we lose this now, then I've seriously done something really wrong because we were just in such an advantageous lead. That is so much damage. That was a crit. Nice. Iron Tail. Wow. Is it a double up? Snarl. Huh. Okay, the Iron Tail tech is interesting. Is that enough to knock out Togekiss? I don't know. I mean, I could just bring out Coalossal, but if Boltund won, it's better just bring out Rillaboom right now. Yeah. I don't think Iron Tail one-shots Togekiss. There's no way. It's not the same type attack bonus. There's the threat of a Serena switching in. Oh, that's actually a pretty real threat, isn't it? Huh. That'd be interesting. Part of me wants to go Banded U-turn here. Because, like, all we have to do is, like, trade with our opponent to really win this game. The threat of Serena in the back is actually pretty scary here. Because it makes our Banded Rillaboom essentially useless. So I might actually U-turn here, because it's going to one-shot anything at this point. U-turn and just Dazzling Gleam here. There's the Krookodile switch out. Let's see Serena. Yeah. Nice. Okay, let's just Nuzzle. We have Lumberry, so that's fine. So it's full support Boltund. Oh, jeez. Would have been nicer to knock out the Serena there, I guess, but this is fine, right? Because, oh, wait. Gleam just, okay, nice. Gleam just knocks out Boltund. Yeah, if Earthquake came out turn 1 instead of High Horsepower, we're in such a bad spot, honestly. So I never even considered the possibility of Talonflame maxing, and it was a really smart max too. If you end up actually going for the Earthquake there, or just the double up into the Urshifu slot. Oh, in retrospect, I don't know. I just can't justify going for Aqua Jet turn 1 because if Krookodile does have Focus Sash and you max Krookodile and you just knock out the Coalossal, we just lose the game off that alone, right? So now I can just max Overgrowth and follow me. But this was a game that honestly I think if turn 1 doesn't go our way, it can be a pure disaster. Like, let's say you max Airstream and Earthquake. What do I even do after that, right? If you have Earthquake on the Krookodile, which I'm surprised. Like, we've seen Iron Tail and High Horsepower. If you're running Iron Tail, I'm thinking maybe you're Assault Vested? That's my guess. Man. Either way, my heart is just bumping. Alright. I want to see how much this does. I don't think it's a knockout, right? Yeah, it almost was, though. It's pretty close. It was Life Orb Krookodile this whole time. Oh, man. Yeah, so, like, turn 1, if we just max and Aqua Jet Overgrowth into Krookodile, I don't even see what my opponent can do after that, honestly, because they didn't end up bringing that Pre-Marina, but I gotta say, that was a super, super interesting game. So, yeah, definitely a fun one to wrap things up with. And a cool team from my opponent's end as well. So, yeah, you know, always exciting to have games like that. So, that's going to be it with our time with this team. I don't think did it as much justice as it deserves because I think it's a really, really cool team. And I don't feel like I played super well with it, nor did I really utilize it to the max. You know, a couple of the losses we took definitely had a fair amount of, like, RNG in it. But I also think I never played... in the 9 games we played with this team, I don't know if there are any that I felt like I played perfectly with, and that's because, once again, the objective of this team is basically to enable Coalossal, and to do so is actually pretty difficult. Like, so I'm not surprised that, you know, an amazing player like Santi was able to make it all the way to the finals of the Players' Cup with this team because it's really, really strong. I think it's just a little bit harder to pick up immediately because it's all about protecting Coalossal, knowing how to play with your #1 win condition in pretty much every game, which I think makes it a really interesting team. And you know, Urshifu is such an interesting option because Pre-Marina was previously used as like the Aqua Jet user to enable Coalossal, but you know, I was gonna say Pre-Marina a little bit weaker in this format because of all the Rillabooms. Plus, Urshifu is actually a really big offensive threat, you guys may have seen from some of the previous games. So yeah, really fun set of games though. So hope you guys enjoyed. As always, if you did, please share your support by leaving a like in the video. Thanks as always for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. All right, peace.